This is Blaine with Stocks for Beer Trading, and I'm looking at stocks for watch for October 17th. First one up here is OTT. Nice little falling wedge on the 60-minute chart. Broke out today. Wouldn't be surprised to see this get a push towards 280, and if it can get through 280, then it may test those highs from previous run last week. CVO, this is the 3-minute chart here. This has had a nice run towards the end of the day today, so watch for follow through over about 248. I think if it gets through that level, this 240 was key. The next spot here is 250. If we zoom out to the 1 year, you can definitely see there's room to the upside towards 260 and 280. CAAS, lower volume, but watch for a weak open and then push over 5. It might get some follow through and go higher. DEXO, kind of the same idea. Nice little, it has a little better volume, but still looking for a weak open and push over 150. ES, it's breaking this 3 spot. I think it probably goes higher as long as 3 holds. NEON, on the watch list I posted Tuesday morning, I suggested that it might get a push towards 440, and sure enough, it closed right on 440. So basically looking for a weak open and then push over it, and it should continue higher towards 480 or 5. LODE, nice little bounce off this downtrend, so watch for follow through over 280, the resistance line here. Hopefully you're paying attention to the higher price stock I mentioned Tuesday morning, which was Wynn Resorts, WYNN. It bounced $2 over the, about $1.50, $2 over the resistance level I mentioned. So here's another higher priced one, another inverse head and shoulders coming off bottom here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then so possibly look for this 45 breakout to take it higher soon. Stem, nice breakout. I played this poorly. I sold on the dip, and I even suggested in the chat room that, hey, watch, it's probably going to go all the way back to the highs, and sure enough, it ran all the way back to 240. So probably gets more. Might even test this 52-week high about what is that, about 267 there soon. Maybe not tomorrow, but might even do it this week just to go. It's got a whole 230, so if you're playing this thing, then set your stop just below this 230 mark. LOCM, lower volume, but it looks like it's trying to come out of this little pennant here, so it might get a push over 3 tomorrow. TC, this is a bottom chart I like. Potential move probably over 290 or 3 to get a push towards 320 or 330, just like it did back in September. It's capable of running 5 or 10% a day. AONE, this company filed for bankruptcy on Tuesday, so this is, hence why it was down 73%. I was looking for the bounce play on it, bought a couple times on the way down to average down, and then didn't take the sell when I should have here, but ended up selling here at the end of the day, so I took a small loss on this thing. Obviously this risky play, I didn't play that big, so it wasn't that big of a deal, but nonetheless, watch to see if the 6 can hold again. If it gets slapped with the Q, which it should because it's going to be bankrupt, and it'll get moved to the OTC market, then it'll probably gap down towards a 5 or 4, and then hopefully it'll get some more consolidation like this, and then finally bounce like PCX CQ did. Actually, let me show you that one real quick. If you remember this thing from a while back, when we had this gap down, and then it had this one day where it just sat there, and then the next day, boom, it popped. So, not saying that's exactly what's going to happen with A1, but I think the potential's there for at least some kind of a bounce play off of it. PWEI, huge tank today, down 73%. Wouldn't be surprised to see it get a little bounce back, just a quick flip day trade, maybe push back over 20. That's it. Who knows? It might go higher, but that's really risky trade. We'll just have to see if anything sets up there. This was obviously a pump and dump, and it was time for it to end. Now, usually these things will get a little bounce, but again, this is just a crappy company in general, so unless you're familiar with these things, I would stay away from it. Speaking of pump and dumps, though, NGRC volume has been increasing, and I tried to speed up today before pulling back towards the end of the day. Basically looking for some weak action or a weak open, and then gearing to perk go higher. Otherwise, if it gets another washout back down towards 80 or even lower, then I might be looking to play it for the bounce. We'll just see what it gives us tomorrow. And finally, these weed stocks again. CBIS, it's having a heck of a time here at 0.057. It peaked there both times it tried to break out, so it has to bust through that level this time. Obviously, the first thing it needs to do is get back through 5 and then get a retest of that 0.057. Weed stocks are hot right now, and I think CBIS is lagging compared to hemp, which has had a 2-day run, or MJA, which has had a 2-day run. So CBIS is definitely due for it, and I think if they can get back to those levels, it should go. But keep your eye on hemp and MJA as well for those pot plays there for you. So that's your watch list for October the 17th. Let me know if you guys have any questions. I'll see you in the chat room.